as a real estate company, we really feel this responsibility that is upon us to help our clients to reduce their carbon footprint.
Hi everyone, we are delighted today to be joined by Evgeny Lukin, who is Head of Learning and Development at JLL, also formerly of Mazars, formerly an advisory board member for LinkedIn Learning, and a very great friend to iVentiv as well, who I think we'll be seeing later this year in Paris, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, hello Richard. Thank you for having me. Exactly. I think we will meet. We'll be meeting in September, end of September, right, in Paris. So
that's certainly the plan. So we'll look forward to seeing you there. But we have Evgeny on today to talk a little bit about some of his work at JLL, particularly around the area of climate change, which is a really exciting topic and hits all sorts of areas under the ESG umbrella that's becoming of greater and greater interest to all sorts of businesses all over the world. So particularly looking at something called the climate fresco, which you've been working on at JLL. So maybe you could start by just telling us a little bit about that.
Yes. So maybe the first thing to say is, for those who don't know JLL, it's a global leader in real estate consultancy. So we do everything except construction. And why this is important for the context? Because as you know, there is this global objective, the Paris Agreement, which aims at containing the global warming to 2 degrees by 2050, which is already looks not so good. But what we know for sure is that real estate industry contributes to 40% of global carbon emissions. 40%, which is huge, and in cities and even more. And so as a real estate company, we really feel this responsibility that is upon us to help our clients to reduce their carbon footprint, because 1 square meter of buildings produce almost 2 tons of CO2. To compensate 2 tons of CO2, you need at least 40 trees, which is really impossible if you want to compensate everything we are building, what we are building. And so how do a real estate consultancy help their clients to do this transformation, to do this transition? And basically the answer is simple: by raising the level and skills of our own employees, of our own consultants, who really have to know what the climate change is about, what are the instruments out there to help our clients to work through it, to go through it, and basically bring the concrete specific solutions to our clients who are operating in all the industries. And so, as you understand, it's really about transforming our own culture first, our own company first, in order to be able to provide this expertise and advice to our clients. And so where we started is that we thought about where should we act upon. And there are 3 levels. So the first, you need to engage your executives and you need to engage your decision makers, who would support these efforts within the company and cascade the strategy within the company. Then you have team level. You need to engage the teams. You need to engage every individual on the team where the expertise reside. And at the end, you engage the entire company. And so we acted upon each of these 3 levels. We worked with our executive committee. We built a sustainability bootcamp to upskill them and to raise their own awareness about climate change, and more specifically, how it impacts our own industry. And second level is about team learning. And here, this is where we called upon the climate Fresque methodology. But climate Fresque, if you don't know about it, this is a method developed by Cedric Regenbach, a French entrepreneur who decided to make climate change, a very complex phenomenon. To explain it is in a simple way. And he created a game to map out the climate change processes from its causes to the consequences. And actually, this methodology is really open to anyone who wants to be trained in it. And then you can bring it to your own organization. This is what we did. We got trained with some individuals within the company who volunteered to be trained in this methodology, and we rolled this out for 1,200 employees in France. And so by this date, we actually trained we trained in this climate Fresque, we trained around 900 people. It's a 3-hour workshop. So just to give you a little bit of an idea of scale, what does it take? And I think the fact that we engaged our executive committee on this same topic before really helped to drive this initiative and increase speed in rolling this out. So we trained 900 people in less than 1 year with only around 12 trainers. So just to let you know that we had around 2 to 3 workshops per week for several months to be able to cover all of our employees. So this is about, I was a little bit too long, but if you have any precision questions, please.
No, that's great. Thank you so much for laying all that out. So it sounds like a really monumental effort. And you touched on this just at the end of what you were saying there, but getting buy-in from your leadership for this kind of initiative must be really important. Could you say a little bit about how you went about that? Was there a lot of work required to get buy-in from the executive level, or were they very willing from the outset?
Yeah, this is really key to get your board on board. And when it comes to transformative topics, so today we speak about sustainability, but 10 years ago it was about digital transformation. I think the best way to get their attention is to appeal to their curiosity, to spark their fear of missing out, to show them that actually there was something going on. And if you're not listening to these weak signals, you might go, you might stay behind actually the market trend or the global trend, which will profoundly transform your whole business. And this is what we did. We brought influencers, we brought researchers, we brought speakers to meet our executive board and to talk to them about why climate change is here to stay and what does it mean for the economy and for the real estate economy, and ultimately to think about what does it mean for our clients. We also engaged them in a reverse mentoring work, because it's striking to see how senior executives can be attentive to what the young generation has to say, and this is what we did when we launched the Sustainability Bootcamp. For 2 days, we had our sustainability ambassadors, young talent, working with the executive board on rethinking our business in terms of planetary boundaries, in terms of climate change. After all of that work, our CEO for France and Southern Europe, he supported a company-wide initiative, which we called Sustainability Pass. Basically, this is a company-wide certification in sustainability skills. And this Sustainability Pass certification included Climate Fresque, and included 3 courses, expert-led courses on specific sustainability topics in real estate industry, and an online course, Sustainability Essentials, that we built together with AXA Climate. And so altogether around 7 hours, we rolled this out throughout all our French employees, and it created just a huge engagement. So this certification is basically only exists online. Once you completed your learning path, you can share it on LinkedIn. And so we've got around 300 employees sharing it on LinkedIn. And we did some statistics, and what we saw that it reached almost 500,000 people within our whole ecosystem. So it became both internal initiative and external engagement initiative. And when we did a survey to see what the results, they were extremely surprising in a positive way. Almost 80% of the employees said that they already use the knowledge that they've gained through this training in their day-to-day work. Almost 100 said that it really gave them kind of curiosity to go and learn more about sustainability topic, whereas before they were not really concerned, they didn't really think about it. And which is even more surprising for me is that around 75% of employees said that this initiative increased their sense of belonging to the organization. Meaning they feel belonging, they are appreciate that their organization invests time, invests money, resources, energy in such an important topic as climate change and sustainable transformation.
That's really amazing. The impact's incredible for just from those statistics you're sharing, and it makes me it makes me wonder about when we sort of talk about climate change in businesses and organizations. A lot of people in learning might think, well, that's a supply chain issue, that's for procurement to think about, that's for the manufacturing parts of the business to think about. But you're talking about creating learning cultures around climate change, around reskilling, about reskilling employees. So these are core L&D topics. So I just wonder, what would your advice be to others in L&D who maybe are sat there thinking, well, the best we can do really is put together a slide deck and a 1-hour course about to help people be aware of things. But what would your advice be if they want to make more impact than that, if they want to be doing really significant things?
Yeah, I think L&D should definitely go and partner with find the ambassadors, find the allies, and leverage these allies. And in JLL, I would never be able to get this kind of impact through these initiatives if I did not partner with our sustainability team and with our CSR director. We really built this together to make sure that it is relevant on one side, and the relevance we as an L&D people, we need to go and see within the business to make sure that what we propose answers the need. And on the second side, you have all the experience, all the engagement, all the methodology, and this is really our expertise. This is our core competence that we need to leverage, and I can guarantee you, if we partner in the right way with the right people, and we get the executive engagement and the executive sponsorship, the impact will be just huge, and you will raise the bar. You will raise you will position the L&D function as a key partner in engagement. And engagement today is a key topic. I don't know if you see the statistics, but it's just coming in from different sources that around 90% of employees are disengaged in the workplace. In France, the latest statistic is that around 12%, only 12% of employees are feeling engaged. And the stats that I gave you about feeling of belonging through this training initiatives really make me think that L&D has a huge role to play if it addresses the right topic with the right people in the right way, and with a lot of optimism, with a lot of energy, with a lot of positivity. And so yes, this will be my let's say experience and maybe advice. I don't know if it works in any organization, but it's definitely worked. It definitely worked for us.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Evgeny. Like I say, it's a really inspiring story there. It's a really inspiring piece of work that that you've been working on. So we're really grateful to you for giving us your time to tell us a little bit about it. And we'd love to hear from anyone who's interested in working on similar things or is working on similar things, so that we can tell your stories as well. But thank you once again, Evgeny, for giving us your time. And we look forward to seeing you in Paris later in the year.
Yes, thank you so much for inviting me and letting me share this experience. A very exciting experience that I really feel very proud of. And I will be very happy to meet you in Paris in September. Yes.